having quite a problem with 4G. This is really loose, and I don't know which bit of it I need to tighten. Keep doing that. Which is my only way of connecting at the moment, and it's just been really feeble. Keeps coming and going. Can't really get down and do anything. That last video I recorded took 20 hours to upload at least. I've just let these two in for a quick change of scenery. Just gonna try and move you up, but it's a bit wobbly. We went and down to the insurance office this afternoon, and put the claim in for the car. It was actually very straightforward. It was quite straightforward. In fact, most of them in there speak English, and the young lady we saw is probably English. Has been brought up in this country. I don't know how long for, but her French is, fluent, and great accent, and her English sounded a bit northern. And when I realised that she was speaking English because she was talking to someone else, when she called us over, I just went over and just sort of said to her, "Hi, can you help us with this form?" I looked at the form. It's a claims form, and I looked at it before we left. And the writing's really small, and I started to think about filling it in, and I thought, no, it's their job. I'm not on the side of the road. If you have an accident on the road, you need to complete your claim form at the time with the other partner, the third party. But there wasn't a third party. The wall doesn't write. And I thought, no, it's their job. It's what we pay for. So I just said to her, "Can you fill this?" And she was fine. Yeah, sure, no problem. So she filled it in, a form that she'd be much more familiar with. It's quite funny because afterwards she said, "I'll give you another form back. This one's got French and English on it," which I thought, that was really, really sweet. But obviously, in order to get the English writing on as well, the writing's even smaller. I didn't say that, but I thought, great, I won't be able to read that at all. So that's completed. The claim has been submitted, and we'll take the car on Friday to a garage 20 kilometres away, and they will take photos and send it off with a Devi, a quote, to the insurance company. And then the garage will call us in and say, "I'll bring your car in at such and such a date, and we'll have a courtesy car." So it's all really easy. I'm really pleased it's only 20k away. It's a place where it was where we went when we went for the conciliation. The last time we had a problem, we had was back in 2016. It was just after my mum had died. Our car then was a Renault Scenic, and it just went kaput as we were travelling home from a friend's on a Sunday. Completely broke down, and we were rescued from the middle of the countryside by a Citroen garage recovery vehicle, which was just amazing. It had got all the bells and whistles and winches and lifts and whatever. And the car was a write-off. It would have cost too much to actually put it back on the road to mend it. And we had a courtesy car then. And what happened was a taxi came for us at a certain time and took us nearly 2 hours into the middle of the country, further north than here, to pick up a courtesy car, which made no sense to me at all. I could have picked one up 20 minutes away, Memorial, from Leclerc. So that I'm pleased that is not the thing now. Now, the garage they use, there's a choice of 3 or 4 garages, all really local. This one's recommended because it specialises in bodybuilding, and that's what we need. There's nothing mechanically wrong with the car. So we've done that. Please, that's being sorted, and we are hopeful that we will be um, visited by an engineer tomorrow morning from um, the company that are working on behalf of French Telecom, France Telecom. I'm finding it really wearing this, and not having 4G. Then I've got 4G. Having a conversation with Joe that, there's an hour apart because I can't respond to her message. That's frustrating. If nothing else, I have nothing. So it's not without 4G. I've got no phone signal. I've got no, my phone's not cooperating. I've noticed just now as I've come out the back here that I've got a small amount of 4G. I might go and tell Mark, and he can have a bit of a surf. If he comes out here, he can have a bit of a surf on using it as a hotspot again. But that's been really frustrating. I'm going to say something. Kathy, you asked me if I'd sorted any chickens, and I haven't. But what I have done is I made a note of the date that the chickens were killed, because I recall seeing on that date, or just around about that date, that there was I've said this, haven't I? That there were some chickens being sold the other side of Chamonix. I've said it. So that date was the 5th. It's the 5th of June, I think. So towards the end of this week, I'm going to pay more attention. It might come up on my Le Bon Coin search. It hasn't done. I've looked when I have had a chance to go on the internet, which is rarely. I have looked, and there's nothing on Le Bon Coin. So yes, that is all. This echinacea look really pretty now, all out, and the agapanthus is coming out, but really very slowly. The flowers are thin. They're not going to be magnificent this year. It's just all been too much rain. And there's some fuchsias not looking good. A couple of fuchsias, one of them that I've planted, is not looking good. Gonna have to come out and pretend to be a gardener, I think. So I saw the broody hen. She was up here this morning when I got up preening with the cockerel up this end of the garden, but she's obviously gone back. And that's all there is, really. UK election comes next, doesn't it? When's that? Thursday? I'll be really pleased to see the back of the Tories. I know that I don't live in the UK, but I'll be really pleased to see the back of the Tories. I feel very sorry for any party that gets in and has to put right what's been destroyed over the years. They've got a hell's own job. I did see a week or so back that they plan to put VAT on the private school fees, which I think is a very good idea as a way of raising money. I really hope that they can find a way to raise money for people, homeless people and people that are using food banks, and, that kids are getting fed. I saw an advert on Facebook, friends sharing an advert on Facebook from Morrison's, who are offering free baked potato and baked beans to help feed people. It used to be a first world country. It isn't any longer. How the fuck is that happening? That people are so hungry and are not being fed, and children are going hungry, and that they're having to be offered free food, living in poverty, but real poverty. It's just a disaster. And I don't think you always see it when you're in it, but when you're looking from the outside, it is very, very frightening, very worrying. And I hope when the Labour Party take over that they're able to find ways to raise money. It was really lovely. If you played me a Taylor Swift song, I wouldn't recognise it. I don't know her, but have read that in every city that she's performed in, she's paid for. I can't remember how much, but she's given money to food banks, which was enough to pay for, I don't know, a week or 2 weeks worth of food for the food bank. I like people like that. People that are earning so much money that just, you know, are able to do something like that with it instead of to shoot it off up into space like Elon fucking Musk. Sorry. So yeah, I think once we get the internet back, I might be a bit happier. I'm going over to Joe's tomorrow. She's going to get her hair done, so I'm going over to dog sit. We're going over to dog sit. But if we don't both go, if the engineer doesn't come, then I'll go over. Because again, we'll be reliant on our hotspot over there because she doesn't have internet. She's using 4G. She was meant to get fibre last week and then it didn't happen. So her internet supply is limited. So we'll take. But if I've got my mobile and the 4G supply is better over there, which it might be the signal, then we can both, you know, sit and use 4G over there and then hopefully come back home to an internet connection. That's if he can sort it out. That is if the problem is solvable. So I'm just looking at the apples and thinking, I hope that's red on them and not rot on them. I think it's a bit of red on them. So go back to Ida. Oh, this is. Oh, yeah, there's the back view of Ida, who won't look like that. She's got dreadlocks now around her legs. She's really quite ratty. She was a bit spooked when I came out the back door with the tripod, which is a worry, really, because I don't want her to be spooked. If Ludo's coming, I want her to be calm. Chuk, chuk, chuk. Chuk, chuk, chuk. You okay? Hmm? I do feel sorry for him. He's so quiet and lonely. I know he's lonely. And I could go to the market I couldn't actually. Well, I could actually. I could go to the market on Saturday and buy some hens. But it's quite a walk to the car park and back. I'm not sure how we'd do it. We might think about it. Although it depends what time Ludo comes. I need to be here for him to sort Ida out. But if he comes early, we could go off to the market after he's done her and leave him here doing whatever else he's going to do. But I really would like to do expats. It's nice to be able to give them a good life. I'll think about it. Anyway, not sure about uploading this. I think I just might hang on to this. I think I'll just hang on to this until we got internet. And yeah, I'll do that and see what happens. Okay, thanks for watching. See you soon.